Hello, my friends. How are you doing? Thanks for joining me. I hope you had a good day. I had a really great day today, testing the GoPro and photographing in Vienna. And yeah, just enjoying a very nice sunny day today. Let me pop out the chat real quick. I should maybe do that before I start streaming. There we go. Hi, Eric. You're always the first one. Hi from Vienna. Always the first comment in my live streams. I really enjoy that. Thanks for joining. Hi, Diana from Ireland and Pavel from Germany. JBL says, don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, please do that. That really, really helps me tremendously with my channel and with the stream and everything. So that's a really good way to support my channel if you want to. Hi, Jens. Back from a short trip to Austria. Really? Why didn't you say anything? Have you been in Vienna? We could have met. If you come to Vienna, please let me know so we can meet, I don't know, for a coffee or something if you have time. Joanne, hi. From Netherlands, thanks for joining. Robert from Vienna, Leopoldstadt. Hi, how are you doing? Thanks for joining. All right. Okay. By the way, I'm still keeping up my daily routine of going out and photographing. Like I have done this with the September of photography, but that has ended now and I'm still doing it. And I also kind of changed my daily schedule a little bit. So at the first part of the day, I can go outside photographing, and then the second part of the day, I come back for working on the channel, which so far has been nice. Yeah, today I was in the afternoon though. I went because of this. The sun was only out in the afternoon, and I wanted to have good sunlight for the GoPro 10. So this here that I bought, is it the right one? Yeah, there we go. This one. And whoa, wrong side. I'm really happy with this one. I'm really happy with that camera. So I'm going to make a video about that soon, about the photo ability of what it does and how it fits into, like, what does it bring to the table. Of course, it's mainly a video camera, but I think most people today also film if they make photos. And if you don't, maybe you should, because there is a lot of things you can only do in film. And well, editing film today is not that hard either, so you can do some cool things with that. Hi, Jens from Waldviertel. Thanks for joining. How are you doing? Zepwin from the US. Hi, how are you doing? All right, awesome. Also, we're going to do a nice edit today, and I need your help, by the way. So I have, well, it's still in the planning. I want to add a new thing to my channel. Well, I think I can talk about it. I want to do short travel trips, and then on these short travel trips, I want to take photos and film how I photograph, and then also edit the photos, and all of them is going to be one video. Maybe I do it once a month. Maybe I do it twice a month. I'm not sure. It's a question of the budget. It's a question of how it is possible to travel still with the pandemic and everything. But I figured out that if you make a short trip like 3 days, 4 days, that's enough. It's not very expensive if you try to go with the cheapest flight. Could be a thing, right? I think that might be super interesting to have that. And it's an interesting kind of concept. But I want to, first of all, this is going to be on my main channel. I'm not going to put that on a second channel. But I want to have a specific Instagram account for that. Let me switch over here real quick. Boom. So I did this. This is this is one of the photos from my Thailand trip. What did I edited it today and posted it today just as a test. Right now the channel is called Olivio Vlogs. But yeah, that's not so great, right? It could be more interesting from the title. So if you have a better idea how I could call that Instagram channel, I know what I'm going to call the videos. Not going to tell now because it's going to be a surprise. But for the channel here, for the Instagram thing, I'm not sure how to call that. Because vlogs is a little bit like, nah, it doesn't say much about photography, right? But it has to be simple at the same time. It has to be short. Because on YouTube, I had the channel, the second channel was called Olivio or Ollie Camera Adventure, something like that. That is super long, super complicated. You can't find that. Nobody is typing that into YouTube to find that. So it has to be shorter. I have renamed the other one, I think, to Ollie Vlogs or something like that. But I have to rename that again. So it has the same name as the as this account here. Also, you can tell me if that's even, if you think it's a good idea to make that account. The reason why I want to do that is because on my usual channel, I have the things I do in my live stream, which is these pictures here. And I find it a little bit strange to mix it then. You know, you have these photos here, which I haven't uploaded forever on this account. And then I suddenly do travel photos and portrait shots. By the way, I had a super good portrait shot with a model here in Vienna. I will also show you the picture soon. But it was just like, I think last Friday or something like that. So it's just very recent. Yeah, that's a new one. Okay, so let me know what you think about that. Let me have a look here on the chat. What does the chat say? Hi from Lampertheim. Okay, in Hessen. Okay, from Germany. Hi, Klaus. How you doing? Hi, Roland. How are you doing? Roland says, short question. Anyone already tried NVIDIA Canvas? Would it be an incentive to move to AMD GPUs to NVIDIA? I don't think so, actually. As I think you mean this kind of AI thing where you can paint the pictures or something, right? But that is very, very basic, I think. Is it not? What is Canvas? Yeah, you can paint these landscapes here, and then the AI fills in a landscape. But that, oh, you can also change the time of day for your pictures. I'm not sure. They look really cool here, but if you paint it in on yourself, you mostly get kind of not so great results from that. I'm not sure why you would need an NVIDIA card for that, and not any kind of GPU, because this is not specific to NVIDIA. But I guess because they developed it, this is why they want to limit it to that. But this is a very basic thing, so I wouldn't like... I think you would have more success and more fun with Artbreeder, although in Artbreeder you can't paint a landscape. But from what I've heard, NVIDIA is lagging a little bit behind in the development of their graphic cards. AMD is actually becoming more advanced in the graphic tools, as I've heard. I don't know. I'm not 100% on that. By the way, I want to tell you something else. I have a membership now for something called masterclass.com. Masterclass.com is this one here. I'm not promoting that, I'm just telling you. And this is you have like very famous people. There is Annie Leibovitz. How do you pronounce that? And other very like Hans Zimmer stuff like that. So I made a membership for that. So you have these like really, really amazing industry leading like best of the world people telling you about their craft. Annie Leibovitz is talking about her photography, which is very, very interesting to look at that. And also from her thinking about what she's saying. I only watched a tiny bit of that, but thinking about what she's saying and her photography, looking at her pictures. This is an early work here, which is a kind of a nice idea to like photograph the people from the side that are driving the car. So it's kind of a series. Making a series of something gives you a lot of clarity about how you want to work with things and what is actually in that thing, rather than just taking one picture. I will stop with this theoretical talk and start editing in a second. Don't leave. I just wanted to say that. I kind of think that, you know, when you write a story, they always say show, don't tell. And I have the feeling like with photography, it's the other way around. You should tell instead of showing, in the sense of telling a story instead of showing what you photograph. And I found that also when I look at my pictures and I have a photo and it's just a photo, I'm disappointed by that, because it's just a picture. It's just like you... the thing that is there, right? And I don't like that if it's just that. And when you look at her pictures, a lot of her pictures, not all of them, but a lot of them, they rather tell a story than just showing something, than just photographing something, right? And that is not easy, right, to do that. Like here, for example, this is a good example. There's another one much more famous than this one. I think you know it, but he's naked on that, so I didn't want to show it on the stream. But this is telling a story rather than showing just a picture of a person or two people in that case. I find that a good concept for taking photos, right? And also maybe for editing photos, right? So yeah, I wanted to share that with you. Okay. Anyways, let's get started here. Let me switch over here so I can open up the software in between. I already selected a photo and I want to play around with that a little bit. In the meantime, you can post ideas for what you think could be a good name for that Instagram channel. Something short, something easy. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I will also make a post in the group. Look at this. I love the 360 thing. I want to post a lot more about 360 photography. Look at this. You can do so amazing things with the 360 camera for photography. I want to make a video about that too, by the way. Maybe I should combine the two, the GoPro 10 and the GoPro Max. And 360 photography is so much more playful on what you can do with it, because you can reframe it afterwards. And you can, like this, for example, was a very narrow alley. Like I barely fit inside of that. And it was graffitied. It was painted on both sides. And then you can zoom out really, really strongly in a 360 photo. And you get this kind of little planet effect or something like that. And you're kind of surrounded by that art. And even though the alley is super narrow, I can have a picture of the complete wall on the other side in one shot. And of course also the wall behind that, which is what is surrounding that. That is really incredible. That is really amazing. I love that. Okay, I want to do more with that. And this is what I want also to post on that other channel, because I still have to work through all the videos and photos I took in. I didn't even open up the photo that I took in Thailand. I have not even touched that yet, right? That's so crazy. I mean, I have posted a little bit of that, but not too much. This is the photo I want to work with today. And to do some creative with that, right? Olivio outside. Yeah, but then you don't know it's about photography, right? I mean, if vlog is also not about photography, it's kind of hard. Is there a way to create photography contact sheets? Not that I know of. Not in Affinity Photo. You can do it in Lightroom, it's very easy, but in Affinity Photo, I don't think there is any kind of batch processing for a contact sheet, which is kind of a pity. But what you can do is just go into, open it up inside of your Windows browser and set the preview to like the size you want it to be, and then do the shot. Right? Make a screenshot of that and then maybe stitch together the different screenshots to make a long list if you want to have that. That might be a possibility, I guess, to do that, right? Okay, let's have a look at what we can do with her. So I want to make a lot of her more glowing, everything more like a night scene. So, yeah, to select that. By the way, thank you very much that the video for Viveza was so very well received. That was really reassuring because I was a little bit worried that people might not be interested in that subject, in that software, because it's not Affinity Photo specifically, but my channel never was specifically Affinity Photo. So that is really good that people are interested, and that I maybe can do more stuff like that. With the Nik collection, maybe also with other software, because there's so many good tools out there that you can use. And like I always tell you, use more than just one tool. Because a lot of tools, like every tool can do a little bit different, has a little bit different kind of a skill set, right? And is created for a different kind of purpose, right? So to mix them a little bit is a good idea, right? There we go. So we have a little bit of selection here, just to make the background a little bit darker, like so. And well, why hold back from different possibilities you could have, you know, and abilities you could have with the different tools that are out there, right? Why restrain yourself if you have the ability to do that? And a lot of tools, this is the good thing today, most of the tools are very affordable too. That is very nice about that. In the past, they used to be super expensive, but now most of them are in a range that even hobbyists can afford, so that's a good thing. Whoops, that was not good. Okay. I think we are not going to have much luck here with this. Let me see. I guess I'm going to do this with a brush, because this is not what Affinity Photo is so good at. When there is like this low contrast, it has a little bit of problems with that. What happened? Oh, no, that was not good. Let's make the mask again. I want to deselect that. That's good. And then let's make my brush smaller here. And just like brush a little bit around that. I'm not taking super long time. And then I'm going to look at the chat in a second. There we go. Okay. So, like I said, I'm super happy that that worked, and that we can open up a little bit to all of the other possibilities out there of, like, let's start with Nik collection, right? To give a little bit more of perspective of the things that can be done. I'm not going to like completely switch away from Affinity Photo, of course, which is absolutely not the plan. Most of my videos are still going to be about Affinity Photo, but once in a while I want to add something else. When Nik collection is a lot more to offer, right? And I think a lot of people were surprised by what you can do with Viveza, even though they have Nik collection, because that kind of ability of Viveza is a little bit hidden, maybe, and it doesn't look like it can be that extreme in the way it can be used, right? Specifically with the raw file, right? There we go. It's getting good here. Just cleaning up these little things here. What does the chat say? Hi, I don't know what the Tint. Hi, Tint from Florida. Sorry, I can't pronounce the name. Hi, Longness from, I don't know. Let me know where you are. Robert Litschauer says Olivio travels. That might also be good. But again, it's not about photography. How can we nudge that in there? That is about traveling and photography and still short name. I have to think about that. It's not that easy. We have to switch over here. There we go. Maybe let's get rid of these hairs here. We don't really need them. There we go. I hope that still looks good. Let's see. Yeah, let's remove that stuff up here too. All right. There we go. Maybe let's get rid of that bump here. Although we do see that later when we are switching back to the normal view, right? Let's see what we get from that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, let's keep it like this. Okay, so let's make a curve here, or let's have this inside of a group maybe, so we can do some more adjustments, and then put a curve in here. There we go. So now this mask should be applied just to that area. Oh, and it's the wrong side around. That's interesting. Let's invert that. There we go. Maybe let's pull this down here. Whoa, that's too much. Mm-hmm. Okay. And somehow, oh, come on. Is it not? Why is it not moving away? There we go. What is going on here? There we go. It's creating new points that I don't want. Okay, I think we need a second one here with the mask. Let's duplicate that. Or let's actually duplicate the complete group. So this is the background group. Background. And then let's duplicate this, whoops, and call this foreground. And I hope this is not going to be where Affinity Photo is making a strange kind of line now, but could be. Let's see. Invert. That's actually kind of good. It's actually working. The edge is a little bit hard, but we can deal with that later. We don't need that right now. Okay, good. It's a nickbake Tintin for the Hirsch character. Hirsch? What is Hirsch? I only know Tintin from the Tintin comics. Are they still around? I don't know. Do they still make Tintin comics? From Florida. Okay, that's good. All right. Okay, so let's do some stuff here. And also we're going to do the review today, of course. Don't worry about that. It's still coming. Big question is, should we do this with a... Let's do it with a selection. We could also do it with a like a line here, you know, like vector line. But, oh, maybe... 1 second. All right, steady fingers today. Pretty nice. This is done with the mouse. Not too bad, not too shabby. Okay, so this is one eye. All right, let's paint this in maybe. Let's paint some pink in here. Why is this not... Oh. Oh, come on. Is the color thing not showing up? That's not good. Maybe a reset. Color. Okay, we have a little bit of a problem here. I have this recently when I use 2 screens, that then some of the windows don't want to show up. Maybe save before it's crashing. Let's do that. There we go. Okay, that's not good either. What is going on right now? What? Oh, okay. That's a little bit better. But the window, I don't get the color window. It's not showing up. Am I pressing anything here by accident? No. That's a new one, by the way. Never had that. Maybe here? Is that the thing? No. Is there any way... This is a new one, really. Color? But that can't be it. Okay, let's save and close. And then reopen. Affinity photo. There we go. Sorry. That is very strange. Let's see if that's better now. I hope so. Nope. No colors. What? I feel like when oh, it's over here. Okay, it was in the far corner of the second screen. Okay. This is good. We have saved the day. There we go. Let's make this pink here. Like so. This is the left eye. And then let's make another one. This is the right eye. Can I maybe actually... let's delete this again. Can I actually just copy this over? Save some time. Let me make this a little bit transparent here, because the glasses technically, as industrial glasses, should be exactly the same, right? Move this up here a little bit, stretch it a bit, move it down a little bit, perspective changes. There we go. Good. All right, so this is the right eye now. Right eye. And then let's see what we can do with that. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Let me see when we set this to screen. And then let's have some outer glow. Make that also pink. So that is starting to look a lot better. Let me see. Should we have an inner glow? We can try that. Inner glow. Maybe with a brighter pink or a different color. Outer glow intensity. Let's see. Let's play with that. Yeah, okay. I'm happy. Let's copy this and then go to the other eye and then paste FX. So we have that now. It's a good start. Oh, we have to set this to screen 2. By the way, we can play around with that and see if we get maybe better results from other blend modes. Lighten screen. Actually, I think this is kind of the best one. Maybe add is a little bit better. Let's go here, add. Let's go with add. Okay, good. Let's open up the effects here and then have here the fill opacity. This is the fill opacity is the opacity of the content of the layer without the effects, while the normal opacity is everything including the effects, the opacity you find here. So if you want to, for example, make the inside invisible, then this is where you go. And we can try. Should we keep this very bright? Or should we maybe have a little bit more of the eyes visible? Kind of feel like a gradient would be better here, right? Maybe I should have done a shape. We can still paint on that though. Maybe a little bit opacity here, like fill opacity. Let's go also here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, good. So let's see what we want to do next. I want to have some more parts, like this part down here. This now is interesting because I was thinking maybe we can just copy the complete thing and then make that glow. Wait a second. Where's the chat? Chat is saying something. Herch? I don't know how to pronounce that. Was the Belgian cartoonist who created Tintin? Oh, okay, pretty cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know his name. That's awesome. The World Through My Eyes. That is a very cool title, but it's too long. Wait a second. I have to try something real quick. Where's my browser window? Maybe I try that later, because maybe if it doesn't work, I give something away. Oh, there's the first comment. Okay, cool. Call it Olivia Travels. Maybe that's also a good thing, right? All right, so we can try that. Okay, so I'm going to select this part here now. Yeah, just like this. I think we can do a... Oh, that was not good. I think we can do a rather rough selection of this guy here because the background is black, so that shouldn't have any kind of effect when we use a light blend mode. I took a little bit of the skin here. That's not good. Let's undo that. Whoop. There we go. Okay, good. Background is pixel. That's good. Let's copy this. And now we should have, yes, we have a layer just with that guy. Let's put that on top here. And then we go here to screen. So far, not so good. Let's see. Let's use the blend modes here. I don't need these parts. So that is helping. The question now is, if we have a glow effect, will the glow effect accept the blend ranges or not? And let's see. Outer glow? No, it's not doing that. That is mildly annoying because that is something that only happens when you use a pixel layer, not with the image layer. But I think we can work around that. So let's do the workaround here. I will do a new file like this. Maybe we pump up the curve here a little bit, the contrast, like so. And then we're going to export this. Export, where's export? There we go. Okay, maybe as a PNG. Let's just do a JPEG for now. Do it here, devil. Okay. So now that we have this, technically, if I import that again, it should be, if I find the layer, if I find the folder first. Look at the many live streams I've done so far. So this is 2021. Is there something in here? No. So we can delete that layer. In 2021 alone, I have done at least 32 live streams. And then last year, I have done all these live streams here, which is how many? 40. And I feel like I've done even more. I think this does not include the live streams I've done in Asia, when I was in Thailand, right? So I have done even more. So that's really, really crazy. So much stuff. There we go. So when I drag this in here, technically this should be, it's an image layer, okay. But it has a white background, so that's not great for us. Let's export this again. No, not place. Let's export this again as a PNG. That should remove the background, devil. So it's the little tricks. And then I hope that works. Let's go. So that is now the devil without the background. That's good. And now let's see. So we go now to the screen blend mode. First of all, we have to line that up. Thankfully, it has exactly the same size. I'm using my arrow keys for that, by the way, because then you can nudge it pixel by pixel and see where this overlaps as good as possible. There we go. Okay. By the way, let me know in the chat if you think that would be a good idea, that kind of traveling and photographing and then showing you how I edit these shots. And also, I don't know, tell some different stories about how I make the photos. Because I have also this kind of gear now where I can strap the camera to my head and I can strap it to my chest so you can exactly see what I do with my camera. And I can talk about why I took the shot in a certain way, right? So that can be very interesting. All right. Outer glow, there we go. Please work? No. That is very disappointing. So that doesn't work either. Why though? I mean, it kind of works, as you can see here. Oh, I think I know. It kind of works because I think the blend ranges include stuff that we don't see right now. So we have to play around with that real quick. Let's go like this. Oh, there we go. This is getting better. Maybe like this. And then let's go in here to the effects. Reduce the intensity and then have more of a like a outside glow. Maybe different, a little bit different from the color. Maybe I should color pick here. Let's see how that works. It's kind of nice, but not 100%. That is better. That might be better. Oh, I have another idea. I could put the devil underneath with the glow effect and then on top without the glow effect. Let's do that. Turn that off. No, this looks the same. That's interesting. Well, it looks a little bit different. Let me see. I could trace the outline of the devil, but I feel like that would be too much work and too boring to watch. Whoa, no, I don't want to have that. But that's okay, right? That's not too bad. We can maybe keep it like that. I feel like it could be a little bit more substance in here. It looks a little bit weak. But maybe we can do that with a contrast adjustment here. Let's see. If I put this here and then reduce the contrast? No. But this is actually helping that look. And then let's try this here again. Or maybe we should, I can also just paint over that, right? Maybe I'm going to paint in between with that color. I think that might be the best solution here to get that quickly. Give me the paintbrush, and then we want to sample this color here, maybe this one. And then let's, that is too bright, interestingly enough. Let's take a darker one. What's happening? Maybe I have to put that on top. Yeah, that might be better. Okay. I could also, by the way, well, that would be pretty too complex right now, but you could also do that with frequency separation and then kind of paint out that noise. But let's try it like this and just see if this is kind of helping. Maybe I should put that below. No, doesn't help either. Let's put it down here. Okay, interesting. 1 second. It's working a little bit. Opacity higher. This is maybe better. You can also use the smudge brush. That might be also interesting. Let's give that maybe a try. I mean, maybe we can also ignore that because it might not be that visible. Is this doing anything? No, because this is locked, right? Let's see now. Doesn't do anything either. Interesting. It's doing something here. Let's ignore it for now. It's not that important. We don't see it in the final pictures anyway, but now we have this devil glowing, so that's good. Where's the chat? 1 second. Through the lens. Oh, that sounds good. What about through the lens? That's a good idea. Ollie through the lens. that sounds a little bit shady, but through the lens is good. Okay, cool. Gaussian blur. Oh, that's a good idea too. Gaussian blur, yes. Although this would blur the devil itself too. But I don't think we see it too much. Let's just keep that and work our way through the stuff up here, which next I'm going to adjust these crosses here. With the crosses, we could try to make a vector shape. Let's do that, just to show you. So I'm going to create a rectangle, as you can see here, like this, and then right-click on that, and then go to Convert to Curves, and now it's curves, which doesn't really look different, but what you can do now is you can go in here to the Node tool, and you can move these nodes around, and you can add additional nodes by double-clicking. So this is what we're going to do now. Let's make this transparent here, and then I can simply go in here. Let's bring this a little bit closer so we don't have to like go crazy on moving these things around. So I can now zoom in here, as you can see, and just add these points where I need them. So for example, up here, and then over here, and then I double click here in the middle and bring this up here. So you can see already we have a part of the cross created. Let's go over here. So that's a very simple process, especially with straight lines, right? The hair, we have to see how we fix that, how we do that. Maybe we just ignore it. So this, well, let's see. So as you can see, that can be a very simple process. There we go. Let's go like this. That's good. Whoops. Okay. You can, by the way, also use the pen tool if you want to and just create the notes by clicking. That could also be a good way to do that. So you don't have to do it like this technically. Okay, let's maybe make this white like so. And then let's see if we set this to screen. That might be interesting. And then, of course, I want to have these glow effects again. Let's go like this. The chatbot is going a little bit crazy today. Maybe I should reduce that a bit. What is the time? 45 minutes. Wow, time flies. Couldn't you do a go? Okay, I've already read that. Let me know if I missed any of your anything in the chat, by the way, right? Because sometimes I just don't see it. And then, yeah, people might get angry about that. Let's see. By the way, this is another thing that's mildly annoying, is that this, as you can see, the shape, the glow is not completely following the shape, because here it has like it's kind of cramping, like filling up in the corner, and then it's not filling up here. Like here it's kind of bending around the corner. Not what I want it to be, right? I want this to be around the shape. And you can see, even if I have just a little bit of glow, this is kind of like cutting corners here. You see how thin it's getting here on that tip of the cross, which is not great. I don't want to have that. Let's see. Let's do a second one with outer shadow, which is something you can do. Radius. Oh, we have to give it a different color. You can use the shadow as a glow. It's a little secret sauce here for you. There we go. Maybe have this a different color, maybe a little bit red or a little bit blue. No, let's go maybe with a little bit of red. There we go. Maybe make it a little bit brighter. No. That's good. That's good enough. Okay. So let's see how that looks. I'm only half happy with this. That doesn't really look that great. Let's see. It might be missing the element of dimension here, so that this part down here is a little bit darker. We can paint that in, basically, right? Let's do that. Let's give this a try. Maybe we want to have a mask on that. Let's give it a feather here. I'm not a huge fan of using that feather up there for the reason that I'm always forgetting to turning it back. But let's do it for now. So let's do it like this, maybe. And then, let's maybe go like this. It's a bit too small. I can already see that. Although, not too bad actually. Let's maybe make this a little bit larger. Yeah, that's better. Okay, cool. Can I just copy that over to the other side? That would be amazing. I don't think I can, but you can always try. We have, I think maybe, do we have to flip it again? Did I flip it the wrong way? Okay, let's do that on a second thing here. Let's make a second layer here. I am the king of making a million layers. This is just safer, right? It's just easier. Okay, let's go a little bit on the outside here, which I didn't do. There we go. A little bit wider than we need to. Here? Maybe. Okay, let's paint on that. How does that look? Yeah, not too bad. Now the big question is, where is the rest? Oh, this is part of the cross here? Perspectively, yes, it makes sense. Okay, so I guess, but let's try it. Let's try it. Need to go down here. What? Can that be the case? This, like so? That looks very strange. This is... Don't feel like that's correct. Anyways, let's give it a try. Texture the white? What do you mean texture the white? Oh, that's a good idea, actually. To put some maybe grunge texture on it or something like that. Oh my god, I look so bad. That's so wrong. Well, that is not... Should we even do that? I can do it slightly. I mean, it's not actually too bad. But why is the shape so strange? Because this is actually following the shape of the original cross, right? It's probably not as thick as I think it is. One second. I'm going to make a new layer here, and then let's make this a little bit thinner. And go all the way across, because we can delete it afterwards. Let's go like this. Is that better? Yeah, kind of is. Okay, let's do another one down here. Why am I doing this so big? One second, let's delete some stuff here. What the? What's going on right now? Okay, there we go. Then the eraser brush, let's make this small. Shave some off here. Good enough, good enough. Okay, good. Let's make the second cross here before we waste all the night on these crosses. The second one we can do with the pen tool. So just to show you the difference. Although, is that a good idea? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so let's just click here, click, clack, click. There we go. So this is another way to do that. Same thing. Maybe faster. Yeah, it's definitely faster. Boom, there we go. That should be it. And then we can fill this. There you go. See? Easy. So now we have another shape here. I can actually copy that over. So let's go right click copy. And then I don't know why they don't have a paste FX right here, but they don't. So you have to go over here, which also, as you can see, doesn't have a shortcut. So you can't, maybe you can add a shortcut. That could be a possibility. I think I added it to the wrong folder. Am I crazy right now? What's going on? Oh, there we go. Wrong layer. Boom. There we go. So now she has glowing earrings. We also have to make these lines here. Where is that? There we go. So this is the left cross. And this is the right cross. And this, I think this is the right cross glow, right? Or like shadow. Right cross shadow. Okay. And then we make another one, left cross shadow. And then this is slowly getting into something that's looking more interesting. And then we're adding some more cool effects too. In a second. After I have added this kind of shadow stuff here. And I'm going to look at the chat in a second. Where is my color is gone? Nope, that's too dark. Well, I can change the opacity. Let's go like this. Boom. Okay, done. And then this is somehow not... One second. Let's pull this down a little bit. Did I use a blend mode here? No. Uh-huh. There we go. Better. Okay. Let's cut this here real quick. Good. And then bring it down here. Make the same thing once more. 1 second. Almost done here. That's a bit too small, but we can stretch that in a second. Whoop, what's happening? It's a text effect. We don't need that. There we go. All right. So this is our hi from Germany motif. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. Texture, the white. Oh, I already read that. Surprise for a second time. There we go. Oh, coffee. There we go. Okay. Now what we're going to do next, maybe some kind of effect behind her would be cool. Oh, I was thinking we can use another one of my products here, which I didn't link again. Lines of Light, I think I called that. Pro Pack. Amber lines. Oh yeah. Let's have a look at this. What can we use here? We can play with this and maybe this. Or should we use a contrasting color? Let's go with this, this. Whoop, doop, doop, doop. And that, and that, and that. And that. Yes, that's a good start. Let's see what we can do with this. I hope it's not crashing right now. No, it's not. Okay, good. All right. Woo! Okay, saving document. That's good. Let me line all of these up. Bloop. There we go. 1, 2. Okay, cool. Oh, this one is a double. Okay. So we can turn that off. Actually, let's turn all of them to screen from the blend mode. That might not be the best idea. Let's turn all of them off. And I could have this as the background, right? Like an effect around her. Let's make this bigger. Like so. Let's rotate this a little bit. Ooh, getting fancy. Okay. Pretty cool. This is from my Lines of Light pack. Do I have that linked? No, the color grading course is still linked. Okay, good. Anyways. Should we go like this? Might be good. I'm happy. Let's see the other effects first. Let's see. That could also be nice. Whoop, wrong one. There we go. And I could, I mean, that's pretty nice too. Oh, we have already the selection of her body. So, wait, this is masking out the foreground. So this could be the right one for here, which means when I put this up here, yes, perfect. Okay, so let's have this in a group. This is the light effect, light EFX. Let's just call it light FX. There we go. And then we put all of these effects into that. And then I can just preview them with, oh, look how cool that is. I can preview this with the foreground already cut out. Woo, nice. This one I think want to have a little bit in the foreground too. It's maybe just in the background. That's also nice. We can make this a little bit bigger too. And then maybe duplicate that. How about both of them? Ooh, okay. Not bad, not bad. Okay, what else do we have? It's a very... Oh, it's the wrong one. Yeah, maybe. If we have a little bit on the foreground and a little bit in the background, that might be cool. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Ah, this is a more like swerving. And then that's also nice. Okay. Oh, this is the same one in pink. Well, looks a little bit like she's farting in pink. Maybe that could be a smell or something coming from the devil. So this part here would be in the front. That could be interesting. Let's turn this off real quick. If we have this coming maybe from here and then going upwards like so. I'm not sure. Let's see what else we have. There's another one. That's the same one, a different color. No, it's a different one actually. I mean, you can also turn them around and like just have them go a different direction, right? Like this, for example. And then have this one go another direction. We can also flip that, or like this or something. I mean, that's not too bad. Maybe have this one in the foreground. Let's see, let's copy this. And then you see when you copy that and you have screen on, the color on the necklace, yeah, that's a good idea. We should do that too. So we can have one of that swirl here in the foreground and then one going behind her in the background, like this one. Like so. It's kind of nice, right? That's kind of cool. Let me see if we have this, and then in the background we have maybe this kind of... That's too much, though. That's kind of cool. You can also make this a lot bigger if you want to. How about that? It's kind of cool, right? That's actually pretty nice. Okay, so let's keep it like this for the moment and then have a look at the necklace, as you said. So there is still another cross down here. Should we do all of the necklace? Maybe we can have the necklace in the same kind of blue glowing with the neck part, right? That sounds like a good idea. And then maybe, should I make a complete selection of that? We could do that. Let me see. Let's make this a little bit smaller here. Make a fine selection of that. Let's see how well Affinity Photo is doing that. Nah, not good enough. Okay, let's do this by hand. I will use the pen tool again. Go up here and then... Or should I paint that? No. Or? No. Okay. So let's do this real quick here. If it's glowing, it's going to be blurry anyways on the outskirts, on the border. So it's going to be in our favor Just need to make a quick selection here. You can, by the way, you can also work with curves here. Like you can go down here and then, well, like stretch it like this. Woo! I kind of lost the point here. Let's go like this. Hello? There we go. So you can go like this. And then I think, yes, you can, when you hold the Alt key, you can like make this arm short again. And then just go on normally, kind of normally, right? Whoops, that was not the one I wanted. See, when I hold, no. No. Okay, that's not working right now. Anyways, let's go on here. But I feel it's kind of quicker if I just do these kind of steps here right now. I'm looking at the chat in a second. Maybe make this a little bit bigger than it actually is. Woo, that's not good. Let's go like this. Almost done. We have a little bit of an inside part here, but I think we can deal with that. There we go. Let's fill this with white. And then we can think about the glow. And, well, we have this part here now in the middle. Technically, what you can do is you make a second shape, like so. Also fill that. Let's fill it with a different color. And then let's put this on top. You can actually, I should be able to use it as a mask also. Although now I'm too stupid to, oh, I know. You could use it with erase. Like so. So now you can see this is like erase as a mask, and that is like cutting a hole into that without cropping that. Like without using the thing up here to cut a hole into the shape actually. All right, let's make a glow effect here. Maybe blur this a little bit to make it a bit softer. There we go. And then our outer glow. Maybe make this blue this time. Let's see. Let's pick this blue from over here. Outer shadow. Let's do this again. Another one in blue. We can play around with the colors in a second. Radius. Intensity. Okay, let's play around with the color here. Good. Second color. Yo, there we go. So there we have the second color. Okay, so far it's looking pretty nice. Not too bad. We could also make the hair glow. Let's see here if this works as I want or not. Let's make a selection of the hair real quick. Okay. Affinity photo is kind of... Oh, okay, it's getting better. Okay. Why is this? Oh, well, it's a very similar color, so of course. Okay, let's do it like that. There's a little bit of stuff missing, but let's just go with that. Copy fill. That worked. Okay, good. Let's go here with screen and then with blur. And then maybe duplicate this again. And then blur it a little bit more maybe. Or not. Okay. Let's see if the outer glow is doing us any favors or not. Not really. Give it a different color. No, that's not looking too good. Okay. But that, I mean, for a quick solution, this is not too bad. I'm happy. Let's go with the lower one and maybe blur that a little bit more. No. I'm a bit surprised that this is holding so solid here. Oh, I know why. I know why. Because we have the other effect on top of that. So if we pull this out, this is actually a lot better now. All right, all right. And maybe then the glow is also working better. Let's have the glow. Let's open this up in the second window here. Let's see if this is doing us any favors now. Well, it's better than nothing. Let's just keep it white. Okay. So, is this too much maybe? What do you think? Is that a little bit over the top maybe? I feel like I want to make it a little bit darker here around her ears where the earrings are. Let me know in the chat. What do you think? Okay, and then we should start to paint in some glow maybe. So this is the time for curves again. Let's call this pink glow. And then make everything bright. And then color it in. The question now is if we can find the pink tone with these curves here. Because, oh, well, that was quicker than I expected. Okay, that's not too bad. It doesn't work over here though, so we might have a little bit of a problem, but so let's see. Invert that and then paint this in a little bit. Am I still live? Because there's no chat message. Yeah, I'm still live. Oh, I'm over an hour. Okay, I have to be a little bit quicker here, I guess. Hope you're still with me. Oh man, this is maybe getting a little bit difficult here. That light painting stuff is still my weak spot. Sometimes it works great, sometimes it doesn't work at all. And down here we need some blue glow though. But let's keep on doing some more of that. Is that adding something? Yes. What if we change the blend mode? One second. Let's bring this maybe on top of everything. Let me put the chat here on the right side so I can see it easier. Okay. Zoom out a little bit. Let me turn this off real quick and then make a second layer here. Take the pink color. Set this to screen. Let's see what happens if we paint this in right away, like so. We could do it decisively wrong to make it look very strange, or, well, try to go with this original kind of thing that's kind of strange. Because this is stupid. That is really one of my weak points, this kind of light painting thing. And right now, this is also not working 100% like I wanted to. Like, why, when I push this up, is not getting a lot brighter is kind of strange right now. It's not in a blend mode, so that's not it. Oh, because of the mask. I'm an idiot. Let me duplicate that layer here real quick. So that's mainly a mask thing, right? I want to finish this though. Okay, that's better. How is that? Maybe thin lines of color in their hair. Ah, that could be interesting too, yes. Sorry, this is a little bit, of course, like if you do something creative, it's always taking a little bit time to do so. And this is not the most interesting thing to watch right now. But it's part of the process. There we go. So let's invert this. And then paint some of that in down here. Whoa, that's a bit too big. I'll make that smaller. Still too much. Oh, because it's at 70%. That's not good. But I feel like this is getting kind of better. Maybe not. Oh, man. Ah, that's not good. Let's maybe leave it like that. Yeah, we need some kind of solution here that makes it a little bit more interesting. Okay. Where are these light streaks things? Oh, we have still everything in here. Should we keep it like that maybe? Where's the second one? The second one is going in front, so this is this one, I guess. Yes, okay, so let's play with that. We can make this stronger and then make another one, maybe pull it down here and bigger. Okay. Yeah, let's go like this. And then I think, kind of feel like we can delete all of these other guys here. All of that can be deleted. Let's save real quick. And also this one here. Delete, save. And then maybe I should double that. Bring a second one in here that's bigger. Or should we add here, maybe, like this? A bit more focus to her face. Although that, I think that's too noisy. There's too much going on. Okay, so this is going into a more interesting direction right now. Oh, I know what we are going to do. I know. We are going to take this but blur it so it's closer to the camera. Yes, that's good. And maybe we do the same thing with this stuff down here. Duplicate that and then put it into another direction. And also blur that, play around with that. Whoa, that was the wrong one. Whoop, sorry. Let me just figure out the shape this is taking. Yeah, let's go like that. Okay, cool. What are we going to do with the face here? Should we do the background darker, maybe? Let's put a donut on the background. There we go. Hole radius, make it smaller. Then we want this to be in black. This is my good old vignette trick. Blur this, maybe go here with, let's say, 250. Make the hole a little bit bigger. So, okay. All right, so this is getting better now. Whew! I was thinking we are not going to make that, but there we go. Let's blur this more, maybe 350, and then make it bigger again. Okay, good. And then let's make the background more blue. I think I will just do this with a rectangle, like so. Oh, it's also not too bad. Okay, anyways, let's make this a nice dark blue. And then multiply, or just like reduce the opacity might be good. Maybe a darker blue. Like so. Okay, good. I need the mask on that though. Like so. Okay, this is getting in a good direction right now. Let me see when we merge this visible. Let's save this real quick. And then make a blur here for motion blur. Radial blur maybe. No, zoom blur. Radial blur? Let's see, zoom blur. $200. 500. No. 350. Maybe. Let's apply this. And then let's see. But this is not giving me that kind of zoomed in look that I was looking for. Let's undo this. Maybe still do the radial blur. Let's have a mask on that real quick. 1 second. Let's duplicate that mask again. Move it upwards. By the way, can you do these blurs in... you can. You can do the motion blur, radial blur. You can all do that in with the live filter. So maybe I should do that. Let's copy this and then undo the stuff. One more. There we go. Okay, let's push this in again. And then apply the filter here for, let's say, radial blur. Put that on here. This is apparently also affecting the mask, so we have to do a little trick here, which is putting that into a group and then applying the mask to the group. And then this should stay, the blur should stay inside of the mask. Although this is giving us a little bit of a strange effect down here now. Let's delete that. What are you thinking? This doesn't have a zoom blur. Okay, interesting. Motion blur though? No. It was kind of better before. Maybe let's do this without the mask. It's kind of, it was more interesting before that. Filter, repeat the blur, which it doesn't do. Okay, interesting. Why though? Okay, let's just do it by hand. Blur, radial blur. Let's do this. That looks good. Put a mask on that. Oh, did the mask reduce the effect? The mask again away. No, didn't. Okay, cool. Let's do it like this and then paint it out a little bit on the face. Almost done, by the way. Sorry, kept you very long today. There we go. I feel like that's pretty okay, right? It's pretty good. Let's copy the donut to the top. You remind me. I forgot. I wanted to use the thing again. The filter forge. I wanted to use the filter forge again. I forgot about that. We can still do that. I think like this is pretty okay now. I'm pretty happy with that. So we can keep that and then play around with filter forge for a second. So JP says the flaming pier plugins are great for things like outline, opacity using the ghost filter. Never heard of the ghost filter, and they are all free. Oh, really? Flaming pier. I have to check that out. Flaming pier. I will bookmark that. 1 second. Let me quickly make a bookmark of that. Flaming pier software. Okay. Good. Let me export this real quick. First of all, save it, then export it. Exportus as a JPEG. That would be good. Yes, let's save that. And then let's go real quick to Filter Forge and see if we can do some final magic with that. What is this? Send your data? No, thank you. Okay, let's open this up here. Oh God, I have to find it again. 1 second. Live stream. There we go. And then we're going to start the review. Don't worry about that. Ooh, fancy. Okay. Wow, you can do so many cool effects in here. A paint effect. Look at that. That is actually pretty cool. Shatter effect. Let's see if we can have some. I mean, that's also kind of cool. By the way, does this have a kind of opacity setting here? No, right? I don't think it does. Pixelated, no. Peeling. I mean, also not too bad. No. This is the Tron thing we did last time. A wavy, we don't need that. But this kind of paint thing, I want to export that. And then maybe we can combine that with the other picture. That might be really interesting. As a JPEG, please. There we go. Yes, export. Ah, come on. Okay, let's do it in downloads. Oh no, it doesn't work. Let's make a new folder in here. Where did it go? 1 second. Come on. Okay, let's put it in here. I can remember that. I will take a second. Well, they have a free pack, I mean. Okay, interesting. I will look at the free pack. Okay, this is getting faster. I thought this will take forever, but it's not. I wish I could paint like that. So we're almost done here. 1 second. That looks really good. We could also probably do it in a finer detail. I should just have clicked on save. The rendering, this is the only downside of Filter Forge, is that the rendering is very slow. It takes forever. The preview is fast, but the rendering is often very slow. I mean, for the cool things you get, it's actually not too bad, but still. Taking a little bit. So I will do the video, by the way, like I said, I will do the video soon about the GoPro and the GoPro Max. And I will also do a second video on my Patreon where I talk also about the different video functions, because on my channel it's only going to be about the photo functions mostly. I'm just taking a little bit side note on the video features that it has. Yeah, and also talking a little bit about the gear. I think I maybe should also do a video about my favorite gear for Patreon. And I need to update my list, because you get 2 lists. I don't know if you know that. I created 2 lists. One is the gear that I'm using, and I give some like insight on what I like about it, what I don't like about it. And then another one is about resources, like the pages of where I get my pictures and the overlays and the other stuff and inspiration and YouTube channels I like, stuff like that. I need to update that too. So I will send you an email when that is ready. You can download the PDFs again, which is a gift that you get when you subscribe first to my Patreon. And of course, you can always go back to that post and download it again if you want to. This is taking a lot longer than I anticipated. Sorry for that. There we go. There we go. I just want to look at these distortion things here real quick. Did it crash? No. Ooh. All right. What is this? That is also pretty cool. Let's export this too. This should be faster though. Can I rename this somehow to? Yes, okay, export. Same folder, please. This should be faster. If not, this is the last thing we're gonna export. Are you kidding me right now? Why is this taking so long? What's happening? This is a very simple effect. How can this take so long? Let's cancel this. There is another thing here that is kind of not export, but yeah, here, save as image. This is the alternative that you can do. Let's save it as a JPEG glitch. And this should actually be faster. Or not. Okay, let's render this and have a look at the let's have a look at the weekly challenge entries at the meantime while this is rendering. I hope this is not like kind of destroying my sound, because sometimes my sound is cutting out if the computer is working too hard. This is the weekly challenge, I think. Yes, there we go. Okay, cool. Why is this taking so long? Okay, let's cancel this. And then let's close this, and then let's place this thing in here that we have created before, which is somewhere in here. New folder 2, there we go. Let's open this and place that here. And then let's maybe, for example, yeah, look at that. That is not too bad. Wow, look at this. I think this adds some like really interesting texture onto the picture. Maybe we can even duplicate that and then do another blend mode on top of that. Or not. Maybe darken and then remove all the bright parts. That is surprisingly strange as an effect right now. I'm not sure why this is working like that. That is very surprising. 1 second. Let's reset this real quick and then maybe go the other way around. No. Go like this. Maybe I should just remove this one from the face. Whoa, look at that. What kind of craziness is this? Whoa. Okay, that's very strange. Let's see. If we put this as the child layer, it's actually better. Maybe have the same one here. No, that's not good. Let's leave it like that. So, I'm not sure. Let's turn this off. Turn only one on. I feel like it's pretty cool, but then also not. Let me copy this mask here and put it on that. And then we do the review, I promise. Yeah, that's better. Okay, there we go. Let's save this. Happy with that. I hope you're too. Look at that. We have some kind of artistic paint effect in the background. The face is not great. I give you that. It's really not cool. This part down here is kind of nice. Let's turn the mask off. Should we keep it like that maybe? Let's keep it like that. Okay, let's save. So I'm kind of happy. It has a lot of happy accidents inside of this, but I'm actually, I have to say, pretty cool. Especially from the, like, compared with the original picture. We have, let's put this on top real quick. So this is the original, basically, like so. Make this full screen. Oh, and then I can't turn off the layer. Oh, okay, I see. And this is like the version now. It's kind of cool, right? I'm happy. Bit freaky. The arms could be brighter. I'm seeing that right now. The arms could be brighter over here in this last version. Yeah, you're not going to be happy about this, but I think I want to change this right now. 1 second. Should we do it down here? I think so, right? Let's push the curves up here. Yeah, let's do it like this. And then maybe wait a second, maybe pull in this part here. No. Yes, okay, good. And then invert that layer. And then paint this in here maybe. And then remove it a little bit. There we go. And then make it a little bit weaker maybe. That's a bit strong. Maybe use opacity for that. There we go. So we have a little bit more structure of the arms. I feel like down here we don't really need that too much. So let's hide that down here. There we go. Okay, now I'm happy. Good, that was the last strokes. Bloop, let's close this. No, we don't need that. Yes, it's untitled. We don't need that. And then where's the reviews? Reviews. Where's the review window? 1 second. Wait. Okay, let's close this. Oh, it's on here. It's on the second screen again. This today we have the hiccups of the second screen. All right, there we go. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. And now we are going to review our edits of the week. So we have some cool entries. So this time I asked you last week, like, what is an object that everybody has, and we can make a photo challenge about that. And you can edit like the photos creatively. And I think a chair is something that everybody has in their home, because we always think like all these kind of objects, like for example, a car, but not everybody has a car, or a coffee mug, but not everybody drinks coffee, or some other stuff, you know, like a smartphone, but some people don't have a smartphone. So yeah, a chair, everybody has a chair. So let's see. This is the first one by Jens. There we go. Interesting. Wow. Okay, pretty cool. Very nice chair in the garden. And is it edited in, or is this photographed like that? Let's see. Sony a7 III. Oh, nice. Samyang 35mm 1.4. Interesting. Okay. Cropped selective color adjustment, desaturated yellow and green. Little bit of dodge and burn. Pretty interesting. Really cool. Are you sure this is photographed at 1.4? Because it doesn't look like it. Especially because the front of the chair and the back of the chair both are in focus. So either you cropped in a lot and you stood a lot further back, or I would say this is maybe a 4.5 or something like that, because the background is not very blurry. But maybe it's a 1.4. I don't know. If you stand further away, then you don't get less of the blur, because the distance is then different, right, between the main object and the background. has a different relation to that, right? Okay, good. Looks really cool. I like the editing. I like the colors that are very natural. So that's very interesting. Pretty cool. The sculpture, I feel like the sculpture over here is grabbing a bit too much attention. I feel like the picture would be better without that sculpture, or maybe have the sculpture a little bit darker. Because my eye is kind of, I look here, but my eye is kind of drawn always over here to that bright spot in that corner here. But otherwise, a really cool picture. Really like that. Very nice. I also the contrast between the correlation, maybe better said, between the red and the green of the garden. Very nice. Also like the chair. Really cool. Okay, let's go with the next one. Oh, cute. Okay, so we have Laura has the cat that has returned home after his walk outside and is not happy that his kittens have occupied the personal chair. I rebuilt the back of the chair by cutting the pieces and adapting them. I got the wood from the cheeks and eyes from Pixabay. Interesting. I stacked 2 pictures for the chair because it looked strange with the blurry seat. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yes. So you have kind of a focus stacking to get more sharpness into the, or like a bigger focus area into the chair. That is interesting. Okay. Right, pretty cool. That is a very good work. So this is the original picture here of the chair. And then you rebuild this so it looks like that. You bend all these kind of areas and put some wood in here. That is really good. I would have thought this is part of the original chair. Really nice. That is very impressive how you edited that chair. Is there? No, you actually did that, right? That is very impressive, I have to say. Also, how you remove the background, and I think you also extended the foreground. You actually completely replaced the foreground with the second photo. You can see here from the perspective that this looks different, right? The squares, they are like drawn out, and here it is different. You can see here they have a more even shape. And then you put all the cats in here. Pretty cool. Very nice. The cat in the foreground has a little bit of, it has a bit of snow on the hat, but you say it returned home, so that maybe makes also sense. Also very nice how you edit the reflection down here and also the shadow behind the cat. Yeah, that's very nice. Pretty cool. I feel like the different objects should have a bit different, like you have to play a little bit more with the ambient light, because you can see here on the little kittens the light is cooler than in the rest of the room. I think like the light on the cat is pretty okay. It's a little bit different maybe from the rest, but it's pretty okay. So that's good. Is it maybe? It has a. I feel like it has a little bit of a green tint to it. So maybe the tint slider, move it a little bit more to the violet side, because I feel like when I look here at that orange in the fur, it feels like there's a little bit of green in there, and it makes it look different from, for example, the chair, which has a warmer orange than the cat has. All right, interesting. Very, very nice. There we go. Still time. Oh yeah, okay. I was thinking maybe people don't want to do that challenge. So I said, okay, it's still time to do that. So the next one is from Joanna with the ghost. By the way, we will do a ghost tutorial next week, I think, because Halloween is around the corner. And so let me look at the Halloween is on the 31st. Does it begin earlier or does it go on be after 31st? Like, is 31st the end of Halloween or the beginning of Halloween? I'm not quite sure about that. But we can either do it on the 10th or the 17th, a live stream about this kind of Halloween ghosts effect. Although here, whoops, I feel like it worked pretty well here in that case. You even have a little bit of these particles here floating away, a little bit of a fog maybe, or some kind of, I don't know, pixie dust or something. And also we have the same picture down here. You see there's a photo of the ghost in the frame. So that's pretty nice. That's a very nice touch with this detail. It looks a little bit like the picture in the frame is a little bit skewed because she looks a lot slimmer here than here. But that might be optical illusion. I'm not quite sure. So that's pretty nice. Very interesting. The chair in the foreground is a little bit strange, though. Why is it there? That's kind of a it has an odd design for the rest of the room and for the relation with the ghost, because it kind of, I feel like it looks a little bit too modern from this kind of very extravagant shape. So I don't know, a more classic chair maybe. It would be better for the ghost story or something like that. I'm not sure. Yeah, but interesting. Very nice. Again, I feel like the windows in the background are a little bit bright. They take a lot of attention away. But there is not too much interesting stuff to see out there. So it's like from the how can I say, the peripheral vision, the side of your vision, you can kind of see that there is not really something to look at there. So the eye is not drawn too much by that. All right, pretty cool. Very nice edit. Thank you very much, Joanna. Let's go on here. By the way, here's the source picture. So we have this nice photo of her here. What is that? It says 1920s maybe? Like it looks modern. The classic modern, basically. Might be 1920s, I'm not sure. Oh, and there's you with the chair. That's pretty cool. Really interesting. Is this like something you brought back from a trip, or is this your local style? You actually have a frame here. I thought this was edited in. You see, there seems to be an actual frame here, and you exchanged the photos. So that's pretty interesting. Nice. Nice little details here. Okay, the next one is by Hans, and he says the walking chair, I had already taken the photo a few days ago, so this challenge was just right for me. I realized the frame with ACDC. Okay, the frame. Oh, you mean that line here around. Yes, that is interesting. It is pretty difficult to put a rectangle inside of a rectangle where all the sides have the same distance to the sides. And you would think, well, no problem, I just resize it without changing the ratio, but that's not actually how a rectangle is getting smaller. That's very, very confusing. There's a little trick you can do in Affinity Photo. I can show you actually real quick if you want to do something like that in Affinity Photo. Let's make a new window canvas. Okay, cool. So maybe make the background solid. Okay, let's make a rectangle here like this. Let's go like this here in, let's say, a blue, like so you can see it well. Good. So now let's copy this and make the second one pink, just as or maybe something that's a little bit less painful for the eyes. Okay, there we go. So now you can see if I hold my control key, that's actually the wrong key, sorry for that. I think, yes, the shift key. I have to hold the shift key and the control key at the same time. And this, you see, this is resizing now my rectangle without changing the ratio of the height to the width. But as you can see, this is not how a rectangle is getting smaller on all of the sides. And it's pretty difficult to get that right. So it's the same on all sides. But what you can do is you simply go here to stroke and then make a line and put the line on the inside, which right now I don't know how to do. Let's do it like this. A line, yes, on the inside. You can see now it's on the inside. And so with this, I can simply create a frame around my picture. You can see all of the sides are equal distance to the outside of the thing, of the rectangle. And you can still, of course, color this in any kind of color you want. So this is a very easy way to make an equal distance frame around your shape, rectangle. I don't think this works. Does it work with an ellipse? It might work with an ellipse. We can try this real quick. Let's make an ellipse here. Zip. There we go. Oh, it works. You can already see that it's working. Let's make the fill color different. There we go. It looks a little bit strange. I'm not quite sure if this here, this bend, is also... It might be equal distance. I feel like this is a little bit like closer than this is, but maybe not. I'm not 100% sure about that. We can actually test for that. Let's rotate this real quick and then bring this up here and then make this transparent. Oh no, wait. Is it? Ooh, it's the exact same, you see, exact same distance. It doesn't look here like that, but it's actually this, and this has the same distance. Now this is now a question for optical illusions, because then you maybe don't want to have the same distance, so it looks visually the same distance. That's getting very complicated. Anyways, there we go. Okay, let's go back to the review. JP says, did you know that if you use Publisher and own both Photo and Designer, you can use all programs as soon just in Publisher? Yes. I hope they add this to Affinity Photo and to Designer too, because only Publisher has this ability to use all three programs at the same time. And here's, by the way, here's a little magic trick. The three programs are actually the same program with a little bit of different functions. So you can open up, for example, a Publisher or a Designer file inside of Affinity Photo, which I'm doing for my covers. And this is why I do have in Affinity Photo different artboards, which usually you can't have. So this, as you can see here, for my social media files, I have this as a Designer file. You can open this up in Affinity Photo and you can edit this in Affinity Photo. And so you can see I have all my social media sizes here for my newsletter, for my live stream, for my news banner, there's another news banner, for the YouTube community posts, all these kind of sizes in here. Pretty cool, right? So I don't know why they don't add this to Affinity Photo too, because these artboards are really very helpful. Okay, let's go back to Hans. Very nice. Very nice adjustment here. Really like that. A little bit of an old school kind of style, but it looks pretty cool. Yeah, very modern also, and makes it also abstract, but in a colorful way. So that's pretty cool. And did you use that, what is it called? I don't know, this kind of print effect. I can't remember what it's called right now. But I don't think you do, because this is the pattern of the fabric on the chair. Although down here you have some kind of effect. Here you say something like, well, oh yeah, this is shadows and highlight adjustment, shadow and highlight adjustment, and then brightness and contrast adjustment. And then another pixel layer. I'm not sure what this is doing, but it's pretty cool. Very nice, very interesting effect, and yeah, pretty artistic also kind of look. Yeah, I think this is kind of, is this a style like you would have as frames in offices, like these kind of artworks in the 90s kind of, I feel like. Maybe the 80s? I think more like the 90s. This would be something you would see in offices, artwork on the walls, or maybe yeah, maybe not, mostly in offices. Okay, cool. There we have the chair bridge by Mary. Why do I give myself such a challenge? Interesting. I'm not sure what is going on here. We have to look at the second picture. Do you have, oh, this is the chair. I'm still not sure what's going on. So this is the chair, which is a really nice chair. And then what did you do? You cut out some part of the chair, I guess the upper part, and then made a bridge out of that. And then did you? Yeah, you put yourself onto that bridge from another photo. Is there? Oh, there's the other wow, there's several pictures here. Someone, a backpacker, and then these guys here walking. And who is on the final picture? Oh, you have the guy walking and then also the woman with the backpack. That's interesting. Yeah. It's certainly a nice effect, and I think it was also a very interesting exercise to do that. The bridge looks like it's kind of warping into existence and very much into motion with all the motion blur. Why did you add all the motion blur? Maybe because the stretching would have made the text, the pixels too extreme. I mean, it's interesting, certainly. Of course, as you can see, the lighting, the ambient light and the shadows and everything on the bridge doesn't fit, so it's just placed in there. But as an idea, as a concept, as playing around and learning how to use the software, that's a good starting point, I would say. Also, I feel like when you look at the face of that guy, either the selection is blurry. Let's have a look there. Yeah, the selection is a little bit blurry. You can see here that some parts of the background are shining through his face. And also over here, you see some kind of parts of the background. In this case, I would very much suggest you do what I have done in this live stream at the beginning, where you create a mask and then afterwards you use the brush to paint the mask in or out with white or black. And then this is a very easy way, especially when you have these edges that are not very detailed, that are like just like the back here, just a line, right? You can just paint along that. And if you have a little bit of a blurry, a faded, how do you say, a soft brush, then you can even make the selection soft. Because if it's a hard brush, you will see kind of a pixelated edge, and it's not going to look too good. So yeah, thank you very much, Mary. Interesting. This is from Diana. Again, I don't know what's going on. Why did everybody went so abstract with that? Because I thought the main idea of the challenge to be that you take a lot of pictures of chairs, or like one chair from lots of perspectives, maybe with different lenses and stuff like that, and just see what can you get out of the picture photographically. I wanted to do some pictures too, but I didn't have time to do that. Maybe I can do that tomorrow and then post it into the group. Let's have a look here. So you strapped some lights to that chair and then photographed it from different perspectives. So that's creative. That's really interesting. And then you lined them up like this. And so, I see, Exterminate. Yes, this is from, what is it called? I never really watched that series. The Time Lord? No, it's called something else. I think he's the Time Lord, right? But what is the show called? I can't remember. But you know what I mean. Is it maybe in here in the text? When we did body painting with UV colors, we put the bulbs on the chair and I made pictures with my handy. Oh, I see. Cool. Wow, you did some body painting with UV colors. That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. All right. Yeah, very interesting edit, very creative. And also I like the kind of perspective style and all the pink in here. It doesn't really have a room structure, so this is kind of a more like you have perspective, but then the background is very much 2D, so that makes it look a little bit strange. But for the kind of strangeness that all of that is, it's actually good. It's actually interesting. It's kind of also this kind of classic look of a poster, but why not? It looks pretty interesting. Fill tool for more artists. What do you mean by fill tool? Like the thing where you click and then it floods everything with color. You mean that with the fill tool? Okay, thank you very much, Diana. Pretty cool. Ooh, circus dog. By the way, I have the same chairs. I have used these. I think these are actually one of the cheapest chairs that IKEA has, and I have them too. And this has been my work chair, my office chair for the last 10 years, I think. Oh my God. This is how long I have these chairs. It's crazy. Almost 10 years, I think. I have been sitting on these chairs. Yeah, that's it. I don't have a fancy gamer chair or stuff like that. And I don't have a cushion like office chair. I sit on one of these. Every single video has been produced on one of these wood chairs that you can see right here in the photo. They cost, I don't know what they cost, but it's very cheap. Like you get 4 of them and a table for, it's like $50 or something. They're incredibly cheap. We can actually have a look. I think IKEA still sells them. Table and chairs. There we go. Yeah. Oh, it's 140. There we go. That's it. That's it. This is what I have. This is in my kitchen, that table, which is really cool. It's stable. It's good. And then I have these 4 chairs. I don't even have a cushion on that. Yeah, that's it. And you get the 4 chairs and the table for 139 euros. That's a good price. There we go. Okay, pretty cool. Okay, let's talk about your picture editing, Sabine. Really nice. I really like that. Everything is coming together very well. I maybe would have left out this duff over here on the left side because it's kind of, why is that there? Peeking in. But the rest is really cool. By the way, this down here, the duff is very similar to this one here. So maybe if you mirror it, I think you might fool people into thinking that this might be a different duff. But because this is the same, like the same direction, it looks like completely the same duff. So that would be maybe an advice to do that. Yeah. Pretty cool. Very nice. I like how the dog is standing on there. There's a little bit of a halo around the dog down here, I feel like. That makes it look a little bit strange, but the rest is pretty cool. I really like that. Also, the background is pretty cool. With this kind of circus, I don't know, fabric. There we go. Okay, cool. So here we have the different pictures. Very nice. Really nice. Yeah, this is... Are these actually the same chairs? Because I feel like they only have one of these connections here and there is no others down here. Is that the case? Because, no, mine has 2. Mine has 3, actually. Okay, interesting. Yeah, very, very nice work, Sabine. Thank you very much for that. I like how you adjusted the ambient light and everything. It's really, really cool. And I also like especially how you adjusted the colors of the background here to make it this kind of mystic, interesting, like, how can I say, yeah, just interesting looking background from the colors. Feels really good. Compared to the original, you added a really nice atmosphere to the background. Really like that. Okay, cool. Let's go to the next one. Gravity by Russell. There are so many pictures where I don't know what's going on. Let's look at the other pictures first. So here we have a photo of a chair upside down. This is the original picture, converted from a NEF. Okay, interesting. And then you have a little bit of motion blur here in the upper parts on the side. Something didn't work right here with your selection or something, because you can see this kind of motion blur suddenly has a hard cut here and there. So something, you had a mask on there, or maybe Affinity Photo didn't work quite good with that. If it's a live filter sometimes it's kind of doing strange things. And then you have the Earth in the background. So this is in the, how would you call that, stratosphere or something? So it's like in the, it's floating around the Earth. It's a great idea and it looks good. The only thing is that you see very little of the earth in the background. So without an explanation, also there's a little bit of an error here with the selection. I think you see this little thorn here sticking out. Maybe show a little bit more of the earth. I would actually maybe have someone hold the chair with one hand, or maybe put it on the table or something, so you can have the whole chair floating, like the whole chair in the picture, and then have a big picture of the earth in the background and have it float in front of that as the whole chair. So you see, first of all, you can see that this is a chair, and secondly, you can see the earth and that this is kind of floating around the earth. By the way, I can't see my chat right now. Where's the chat? But this isn't healthy. No, I think it's not really a problem, because this chair gives you a really nice back support. I never had any problems with that. And also, I mean, you sit in the school and in university on wood chairs, you know. I don't even know why we have these office chairs, you know. I mean, if these office chairs would be so amazing for everything, why are they not in schools? You know, why are they not in universities where you sit on other chairs for hours every single day, right? I've never seen them in libraries or any other thing, you know. So I think that's okay. Oh, this is already the last one. Okay, interesting. Wow. Okay, nice. So we have a balancing chair here. Okay, that's it. Oh, that is a good idea. So you how do you say, you hung the chair from the top? You see there is a little metal string here, and then a screw inside of the top of the chair, and yeah, it's just hanging. That's actually a really good idea. And then you have this kind of background here to make the selection maybe a little bit easier. And yeah, pretty cool. Actually, by the way, I have heard, because I always thought green screen is the best idea, but I've heard that in photography it's better to have a medium gray as a background rather than a green screen, because you would get this indirect light from the green screen, and often you can remove things better when they are medium gray, unless of course you're wearing medium gray. Okay, interesting. And also, of course, with photography, you would do a lot of the selection by hand, while in film it has to be automatic, so the contrast has to be stronger. Okay, so we have here a chair. This is from Peter, by the way. Color work from my children when they were about 6 years old, which was more than 20 years ago, and the chair is still there, hung under the ceiling with this thin wire, photographed against the white background, cut out. Candle taken from the pixels. Okay, doubled, erased, and okay, so there's a lot of the process here. Because these are, I worked until 5:30 p.m. today, so only little time for the perfect implementation. Okay, it's really interesting. I'm a little bit fuzzy on the idea here, because the chair is balancing on a candle down here, and then kind of the flame is basically moving through the chair and coming out on top here, unless all of the chair is part of the candle. Like it's also a wax. Do you say wax? What do you say? Wax. Wax. Okay, wax. Wax chair. Interesting. Also, you have down here a lit candle with the light inside. So maybe, I understand this up here, but down here, I would either have left that out because that's a strange detail, or use a candle that is not lit down here. But then maybe it looks just like a stump or something, so you couldn't really tell what that is. You don't see them in schools and places like that because those chairs are not cheap and they buy more every few years. That would be expensive too. I don't know. I mean, they could certainly have different chairs, you know. But I'm not sure if it's really good or bad for your back. There's a lot of these kind of things where they say, oh, you have to have this and that, like for example the mattress or something. But there is behind a chair there is some science, but behind mattresses, for example, there's almost no science. So everything they tell you in the shop is kind of not really true. This kind of stuffing you have in there is like bleh, you can forget about that. But in a chair, there is some kind of stuff. But like I said, I never had any kind of problems. I really like sitting on them too. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not a chair expert, so don't listen to my chair advice. I have no ideas about these things. Okay, I think that's it. We didn't miss out on anything. Okay, pretty cool. So, oh wow, that's also pretty cool. Glowing pop art, interesting. Very nice. Okay, cool. What was I about to say? Okay, let's switch over here. So basically, yeah, that's kind of the stream for today. But we can still talk a little bit. What is the time? 2:21. We are very good in the time, I feel like, especially now that I'm doing more creative edits again. I want to take a little bit more time because, well, the process is just a little bit more, it's a little bit longer. And yeah, let's talk a little bit more about photography. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. You liked that video from the Viveza stuff from Nick Collection, and it's very, very good at saving highlights and adjusting that light, as you've seen. And I want to do more videos about that and involving more actual photography that I have done, especially also because then I can share the raw files with you, which is really, really good. So you can work with the exact same file and maybe come to other conclusions or solutions with what you edit, or you can test it on your own software if you want to. So that has a lot of benefits. And I also want to go a little bit more with these videos. Like, for example, like I said, I want to do this kind of video maybe once a month where I travel and then edit the photos and talk about photography and explain a little bit about different kinds of photography, because this is also one thing that I have noticed most is that, well, a lot of people have a difficulty on figuring out how to take the photo in the first place. And that is, of course, if you want to edit the photo, you need the photo in the first place, right? Unless you work with photos from the internet, of course, then it's no problem. And there's a lot of tricks in there that you can look at on how to make it more interesting, the photo. And also, what was I about to say? Well, of course, exercise is a main ingredient here, right? But still, different concepts on understanding what photography is and what you can do with that and what you can do with a camera and maybe how different lenses work and what you can do with different lenses also is helping a lot in that kind of process. Because I think a lot of people also don't have that kind of understanding, for example, specifically what is happening with how can I say, yeah, basically with a lens, right? So I think a lot of people, for example, have the idea that the only thing that a lens does is that either you capture more or less of your surrounding by zooming in and then you capture just a detail, or having a wide angle lens and this is just showing you a lot of space at the same time. But this is not actually the only thing that's happening, because the perspective is completely different depending on the lens you're using, depending on the focal length. And another thing, for example, there's people saying stuff like zoom with your feet. You can't zoom with your feet. It's not possible, because the optics do something different and the perspective does something different than what you do when you move in the room. So it's not really, you can of course like capture more space if you move back, but then the objects have a different relation to the background. So that's not really happening, right? And this, for example, these could be interesting things to show. Or like another thing is how to spot these things that are out there that you can photograph. How do you see where you need to stand, how to hold your camera to get that interesting kind of shot, which is also a bit of philosophy and then a lot of exercise. But the bit of philosophy is really kind of the entry part to get into that, right? To understand, oh, hey, that is actually a thing. And you might have done this for years and years and still miss that kind of little bit that can help you a lot, right? For example, like I often have this kind of moment, like with Annie Leibovitz, where she's talking about her photography. And I was thinking, yeah, actually, this captures really good into words what I was kind of pondering about, for a long time. On what I was unhappy with my own photography, and this is basically the thing. I'm not even sure if she says it in words, but it comes across in the way on the whole talk that she's holding there, that there's a difference between shooting a photo and creating a picture, right? And I want to get away from shooting a photo, because that is just like a security camera, just like capturing the moment, you know what I mean? And then creating an image is from your perspective and from you're telling a story about about what you want to tell about. That's kind of a stupid way to say that, but you're telling people something that is more than what you see in the image, right? And this is through that process of going beyond the image. That's the important part about that, right? It's not bad understanding this. Can you rephrase that? Because I'm not sure how you mean that sentence. The newest is VR background like it was done in the Mandalorian. Green screen is something from yesterday. Yes. Oh, but of course we are talking about the stuff that we can do at home. So of course now, I mean, they are still using green screens. Of course, this is just something they do in some film productions, because it's still very new and still very expensive, and maybe also limited to some studios. But the most stuff you see on Netflix, for example, still is using a green screen. What was I talking about? Oh, with the image, yes. And I think this can really tremendously help in improving the photo and making interesting pictures. You can still take the classic pictures on just capturing something that you see in front of you, which we do when we travel because we don't have the time. But if you have the time and you go to a place and want to explore it with your camera, you can go through the process of actually creating an image rather than just capturing a situation that is in front of you. And that's really interesting. And these devices, they are not gimmicks like this 360 camera. I want to go into that a little bit more too, because this is basically one of the best things I've ever bought. Because with 360, you can just dive in a completely different universe of visual concepts, of visual structure. And the picture itself becomes fluid and flows around your idea, which is a really amazing element, that you can do that with a picture, which you can't do with a classic photograph, right? As you have seen with the picture I've showed you in the beginning. We can actually look at that a second. Wait, let me just open up one of the pictures. Not a picture that I took today, because I want to keep that secret until I show you the video, but a picture I took in Asia. I just have to find that real quick. Give me a second, and then I can show you what I mean. And I also want to make a video about that. But anyways, where is that? There's the photos. And then let's see. Sadly enough, I didn't take very many 360 photos. I took mostly video, but you can take screen captures, which, by the way, the thing that I showed you at the start, that was a screen capture. It was not a photo. But the quality is just so good that it doesn't really matter. Let me see like that. No, that's not a good example. I want to find something that looks interesting. Give me 1 second, please. just to find that. Oh, that's a long video. Anyways. Yes, that is a good one. That is a good one. Let me switch over. Okay, first of all, I have to reset this. There we go. Okay, boom. So this is a video, but of course, and this is kind of the other dimension you get from 360 is that you can, this is a paused video, but I can still look around inside of the video, right? I can move this in all kinds of directions, which also is another mind band, that you take a photo and then orient your lens, orient your camera after you've taken the shot. So this is pretty cool. And then the liquid state comes into play when you zoom out, and you can do stuff like this. You can have a super wide angle. Of course, right now it looks a little bit strange because everything is standing very close, but you can have, for example, something like this. Or you can zoom even further out, and then you can have this kind of craziness here. Like this, for example, you know, where the whole temple is surrounding you, and you stand down here. Now, of course, usually you would stand in a more interesting perspective that plays with this kind of roundness here. But you can see how this can be super, super interesting. And you can also go the other way, which is a very easy way to make this microplanet effect here. Again, this temple is a little bit too close to the camera here. This is why this is not working. But you can easily see how this could be interesting. Maybe, and also because this is a video, I can just move along. This is another part of the video. Maybe let's go to the beginning. Oh, there, oh my God, what is this? Look at that. And you find so many crazy things that can happen in your picture. This, for example, looks amazing. That looks pretty crazy right there. And also, you see, this is something you couldn't even do with a normal photo. You now have not only a microplanet, but you have a microplanet where the old world, basically with the temples here, the classic architecture, is on one side of the planet, and the modern skyscraper architecture is on the other side. So this also kind of starts to tell a story already, and everything is floating in that sky. That is very, very impressive. That you can do that. And this is a completely different kind of photography. Look at that. I can still readjust that and play with that. That is just craziness. Look at this. Wow. Yeah, so I want to talk a little bit more about that stuff too. This is the other way around. Also nice. This looks like MC Escher with these kind of endless stairs. Look, that the stairs are almost bending back onto themselves. That is very, very cool what you can do with this. Or like this. There is so many possibilities. And the picture becomes liquid at that point. It's really amazing. Okay. Anyways, that's it. That's it for today. And I will think a little bit more about the name for this kind of Instagram account, and then start to plan these kind of travel things. Also, I will post please once in a while check my Facebook group, because I will post and ask if you live in that city, and maybe I can visit you. We can go for a coffee. Maybe I can stay at your place for 1 or 2 nights, stuff like that. We can figure that out. I can maybe give you a little bit of a photo exercise or something where we can do a photo walk together or something like that. So there could be different possibilities for that. All right. I hope you enjoyed the stream today. It was a little bit of a creative, crazy house, but I think we came to a good end. Yeah, with a really interesting work. Okay, thank you very much for that, and see you soon. Bye.